We all know about cancer and common cancers. So, endometrial cancer, skin cancer, liver cancer, prostate cancer, colon cancer.
Yeah.
These five cancers, people who drink coffee have a lower cancer mortality from these. So, five cancers: cirrhosis of the liver, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's dementia, the early stage of Alzheimer's called cognitive decline,
Okay.
low risk in coffee drinkers, low risk of type 2 diabetes. Here, both decaf and regular coffee work. And if you drink 4 to 6 cups, there's a 40 to 54% reduction in developing type 2 diabetes. And if one already has type 2 diabetes and they drink 2 cups, regular or decaf, there's a 30% reduction in cardiovascular mortality.
Beyond wine, we really care about health. The health of the planet and the health of each other. That's what inspired us to start this business. Our family of team members meets every morning for a group meditation, followed by an open gratitude session. We believe a sound mind with a focus on peace is the best instrument for change. Joint meditation is the cornerstone of our company culture, and it helps us remember what's important, spreading joy and love, just like our family growers. Our family is a collection of passionate, health-conscious individuals who love to laugh and enjoy each other's company. We eat seasonally, grow our own vegetables, cook together, and share wine. Our team is incredibly dedicated to our mission. Everything from sourcing the wines to answering service questions. Your natural wines are found and sourced around the world by our wine team. They taste every one, oversee their lab testing, and choose exactly which ones go in which box. If you order, your individual box will be packed by our incredibly hardworking fulfillment team. If you have any questions, your service requests will be handled by a wonderfully loving member experience family who only have one goal in mind, your 100% happiness. This video is put together by our talented media team, filmed and edited in-house, just like the rest of our artful media. From our unique creations to our printed lifestyle piece called A Matter of Taste. We put love into everything we do, and we hope to share it with you.
Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst show. My name is Dr. Aaron Ernst, and it's a show where pounds are shed, disease is dead, and where you can be set free from your health problems. I love the fact that I get to spend this day today teaching you something very, very transformational. Ready for this? Why are we so tired all the time? Fatigue, chronic fatigue, transitional fatigue, just tiredness in general. If you don't believe me that this is a big issue, you need to listen to this. Market research shows the energy supplement business, 2021, $83.5 billion in sales in the United States. Watch this. Energy drinks, $159 billion in 2021. Are we spending money taking products to supposedly give us more energy, drinking drinks to give us more energy? Energy bars, right? 448 million by 2022. And guys, these pale in comparison to projections. Watch this. Energy supplements are projected to be 152 billion by 2031. Energy drinks 233 billion by 2027. And the energy bar industry 649 million by 2029. What do these numbers from market research share with us? We as a culture are looking to get more energy, but unfortunately, in my opinion, we're going to the wrong source. Energy drinks will give you a false sense of energy. They're loaded with sugars and other nutrients that are only going to create a crash afterwards. A lot of energy bars are actually just candy bars in disguise, again, loaded with unnatural sweeteners. And even if you're like, this is an organic energy bar, by definition and the ratio of looking at it, it's more carbohydrates than proteins or fats. That's a candy bar to me, guys. And unfortunately, this energy supplement world is going down this idea that if you just cram enough B vitamins into your body, you'll have tons of energy. And I hope you would recognize the Ask Dr. Ernst show exists to ask the functional question, where is the fatigue coming from in the first place? And rather than pouring on your body energy drinks and flooding you with supplements and bars and all these things that you can buy that'll give you short-term energy, what if I can share with you a way to really go deep and solve this energy crisis? According to reports, this is the National Institutes of Health. This is like, looking at things like Red Cross and things like this. 40% of adults describe having a fatigue that affects their day-to-day function. 40%, that's a lot. And according to just the classic medical visit, it is one of the number one most frustrating symptoms that doctors hear in their patient base. I'm tired, I'm fatigued. And look at this, the classic medical panel for fatigue, if you want to know this, is to run a CBC, which just basically counts your blood cells. How many red blood cells, how many white blood cells. They're looking at your iron metabolism to see if you have an anemia. If you're lucky, they might run some thyroid tests to see if your thyroid's working properly. And usually they'll do a urinalysis. Is there some sort of chronic infection? But how many times have you gone in and said, Doc, I don't feel good? They run their tests, they come back normal, and they're like, well, we can't see any outward signs of why you feel the way you feel. Guys, it's very common. It happens a lot. So today I'm going to share with you the top 10 reasons why we're so tired and the solutions that you can use naturally to fix this. And to segue, I have a fully loaded ebook. I mean, my God, this thing is, 35, 40 pages long on energy and how you can heal yourself from this. I'm coming off a high today. This morning, we did our Heart Heal Thyself webinar. Over 500 people online. We were solving blood pressure, cholesterol, thyroid issues. And again, a common symptom with everybody online was, I'm tired and fatigued. So it sort of sparked me to do a series as we wrap up November and begin December. Let's get you energetic, not just for the holidays, but like to start a new year fully loaded, batteries recharged, and you feeling great. So the Energy Heal Thyself ebook is a functional approach to finally answering why are we so tired. Everything you need is inside of here. I'm going to spend a couple Saturdays with you guys on a series called Fixing Your Fatigue, and we're going to culminate that on another masterclass Saturday, December 9th. I know it's a couple weeks away from today, but be the early bird adopter and register now. Text your name and your email to 704-906-2094. I'll shoot the ebook over to you today. Look, if you implement what's in this ebook, the nutrients, the diet, the detoxification, you could be fully energized by this masterclass. Hop on and possibly even share your testimonial. I was struggling. I would be always tired in the afternoons, and my doctor said I had ABC. I implemented this Energy Heal Thyself protocol, and guess what? Vitality, fat burning, energy. I mean, I've seen transformation in people take place. We're talking about fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, adrenal fatigue, tiredness, brain fog, forgetfulness. Look, if you're not being honest with yourself, it is the symptoms most people deal with. And we get asked all the time, what can I do for my energy? Download the ebook, text your name plus your email and the word energy right now to 704-906-2094. The ebook is yours for free. the masterclass, Saturday, December 9th, early bird registration, yours for free. And we'll walk you through how you can solve your energy issues right now. Okay, and we don't want to become a victim of this multi-million and billion-dollar industry that is basically treating your fatigue like a symptom, saying if you just drink this and eat this, you'll be energized. And many of you know that false sense of energy, it doesn't last for very long. So this concept of fatigue, I'm not talking about like I had a bad night's rest and, I'm a little yawny and, tired today. I'm talking about chronic fatigue. When you've been struggling with this for months, okay, by definition, if you've been fatigued for 90 days, you're entering into chronic fatigue. If you've been going 6 months or so and you're like, man, I'm just still tired, classic chronic fatigue. And unfortunately, the medical approach to this is often skewed because the tests are so limited. So what are the root big causes? Okay, we're going to go super deep into this. I've got less than an hour and I've got probably weeks worth of information, which is why we're doing a series for you. But I want to talk today about just the big root causes. And the first one may come as a shock to you. It's an imbalance in your nervous system. And hopefully this makes sense. Your nervous system is your energy system. If you think about it, your brain is like Duke Energy. It makes all the energy for you, and it sends an electrical signal down your spinal cord over your nerve roots to your organs to make them work. So even if your doctor comes back and says your fatigue is because your thyroid is dysfunctional or because you have diabetes or because you have high blood pressure, so therefore, just deal with it or whatever their solution is, if they've given you a diagnostic reason why you're tired, well, it's going to trace back to the fact that is your spine sending the appropriate signal to the area of dysfunction? So if you have high blood pressure, is the nervous system sending the correct signals to your heart? If you have an imbalance in what's called your parasympathetic sympathetic, look, it's basic terminology, guys. One of these speeds you up, the other slows you down. So if you have a problem with the speed you up system, your sympathetics, you're going to be tired and fatigued and forgetful and all these sorts of problems because you can't engage your energy. Why is it that structural-based and functional chiropractic care has the number one side effect of I'm so much more energized. I just generally feel better. My life feels like it's coming back. Because chiropractors and functional structural physicians who work on the human frame can re-engage and reconnect your nervous system. If you want to know what the diagnosis is called, it is a subluxation. If you have a misalignment in your spine, which compresses a nerve, and that nerve goes to a tissue or an organ or a muscle or a system, your brain is not sending that signal through there properly. I've used this analogy multiple times, but let's see if you can hear it physically, all right? There's a wire that connects this microphone to the receiver that then sends it out to you so you can hear me. So if I grab the volume or the gain on this and I start turning it down, despite me speaking at the same volume I'm speaking at, can you tell that it's disappearing? And if it gets to the point where you can't even hear me like it just was, you're going to say, what's going on? I can't hear you. It's the same thing with your body. If you have a subluxation, which is an interference in your nervous system, your brain is trying to give your body the vitality, the essence, the energy that it needs. But when it's interfered with, when the nerve is compressed or irritated, the signal isn't sent at 100%. And whatever part of your body, be it your adrenal glands or your thyroid or your digestive system, or just the cells of your body that make energy, you will be deficient, not because you can't, but because there's a breakdown in communication. I see this over and over and over again. I've been to multiple doctors. I've tried everything. I can't seem to solve my condition. I'm super tired. I have chronic fatigue. I have adrenal fatigue. Dr. Ernst, can you help? And they think we're going to jump straight into labs. But the first step we take is a biostructural exam. We have to look at the integrity of your spine. We're checking every single spinal joint. You have 24 of them. We're looking at the nerve to see, is it healthy or not? Now, here's the challenge, guys. If you wait until your back, neck, whatever hurts, you already have compression to the nerve. Otherwise, there wouldn't be pain in the first place. So here's the tricky part. Can you have 20, 30, 40% deficit of nerve energy and lose your health but not feel it? And think, for example, I've had so many people say this, well, I don't need chiropractic, Dr. Ernst, because my spine doesn't hurt. We're not talking about pain related. We're talking about energetic function. You may have a subluxation present at any one of the 24 segments of your spine, which affects 24 different regions of your body. And the dysfunction in your organs could be the reason you're so tired. It is the root cause, number one, of fatigue that most people miss. I have so much information inside this ebook. How do you know if you have a subluxation? What is a subluxation? What are the tests that you can get done to find out if you have this interference in your nervous system causing your energy drain? And you can grab this ebook right now. It'll describe to you how you solve it and how you find it. Text the word energy plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. I encourage you do it now. The answers you're looking for vitality and energy and sort of breaking your fatigue, getting rid of brain fog and feeling like you're the super energizer bunny is all in here right now. Look, I'm going to be honest. I've been in practice 15 years. Patients I work with are like, God, Dr. Ernst, how do you have so much energy? Like, you talk fast, you move fast, you think fast. Like, where do you get this from? I want that. Well, I am a patient of the own services that I teach you guys. I get regular chiropractic care to ensure my nervous system is sending signals to my organs at their optimum percentage. I do everything I can to make sure I'm subluxation free. Many of you have never been tested for this, and it's a very simple, easy test. We use thermography, we use x-rays. I have samples of the tests. I have ways you can look for them inside this ebook. I would recommend getting this book. It also has the nutrients and the diet and the things that I do on a day-to-day basis to boost my energy. And if you follow those guides, you can have your energy back. Okay, so root cause number one is an undiagnosed spinal subluxation disconnecting your brain from your organic function. Hopefully it makes sense. If I turn your gain down, just like I'm going to do right now with this, you're going to see it's going to fade to nothing, and then it starts coming back. It's because we're taking in your body the energy, and if it's not being distributed properly, you get the same effect. You get lack of energy to an organ function. Hey, it could be your muscles, and so you're achy and fatigued. It could be your joints that are losing nerve supply, so they're inflamed and they hurt and they don't move as properly as they should. It could be an organ system. You might have low thyroid function because there's less nerve signaling. Your heart might not be to its full capacity because of less nerve signaling. Liver, intestines, your adrenal glands. My God, the glands themselves, adrenaline, they give you energy. But if you have a subluxation to those tissues, it doesn't work the way that it should. Okay, number two, chronic infections. This is a huge deal for most people. I'm not talking about an infection that your doctor finds by saying, oh my God, you have a fever and a runny nose and a cough and you're testing positive in your blood or in your urine. Okay, I'm talking about subclinical chronic infections. The two most common, cytomegalovirus. It's responsible for things like chicken pox and herpes and mononucleosis. According to the Red Cross, 85% of blood samples donated have cytomegalovirus in them. 85%! This means you've got like an 8.5 out of 10 chance that your body is filled with viruses that are sucking life out of you. Epstein-Barr virus is another big one. It's estimated, according to the National Institutes of Health, that 66.5% of Americans, if tested right now, would be positive for EBV. Right now. But they're subclinical, meaning you can't feel it from, like I'll call it a fever, runny nose, cough, congestion. Instead, what these viruses do is they go after your batteries. They suck the life out of your adrenal glands and your mitochondria, and they burn your food for their fuel, causing you to become nutrient deficient and energy deficient. These viruses also can affect your nervous system. Notice again, your nervous system. And so they deplete the power of your body sending signals down your spinal cord and over your nerve roots. So you could be subluxated physically, or you could be, I'll call it, chronically infected with two of the most common neurological draining viruses out there. Can you be tested for cytomegalovirus and EBV? Yes. But you have to go through natural antiviral protocols to stimulate your immune system to start destroying these guys. One simple way you can find out if you have a chronic viral infection if you note this, is to pull out your last test that your medical doctor ran and go look at the percentage of your neutrophils compared to your lymphocytes. Neutrophils are white blood cells that kill bacteria. Lymphocytes are white blood cells that kill viruses. So ready? If you start to see a shift where your neutrophils are going down and your lymphocytes are going up, red flag alert for chronic viral infections. What should your neutrophils be? 60% of your white blood cells. What should your lymphocytes be? 30% of your white blood cells. So if you go and grab your medical report from your last physical and you dig through and you find, neutrophils, and it says 46%, lymphocytes, and it says, 55%, that right there, a shift where the neutrophils dropped lower than 60 and the lymphocytes went up above 30 is an indication of a viral overload to your body. Okay, so that can cause chronic fatigue. All right, number 3, hopefully this makes sense. Nutrient deficiencies and imbalances in your diet. Most Americans are overfed but undernourished. So we eat substance, but it's lacking nutrition. Vitamins are rarely ever tested by your medical practitioner. Minerals, forget it. They will do your basic blood minerals, sodium, potassium, calcium, phosphorus. But there's a difference between having minerals in your blood and having them in your body. Your cells need minerals and nutrients to make energy. Look, every cell in your body has something called a mitochondria. I want you to think of it as an engine. And your engines have a miles per gallon, okay? Or you could think of it as mileage per glucose. So we still keep the G. So we take sugars and fats and proteins and we make energy out of them. But some of you, for example, you might be only making 14 units of energy, whereas someone else is making 40. So the idea is what is your energy efficiency? And look, the cool thing is, guys, with the technology we have today, this can be tested. We can find out if your mitochondria are functioning at 100% or 50% or 30%. So doesn't it make sense? If your batteries are only recharging at half their capacity, you're going to be fatigued. And I know what you're thinking. Dr. Ernst, how do I find the test for the mitochondria? And what are the supplements I can take? And what are the nutrients I can use? What's the diet? Okay, it's in the Energy Heal Thyself ebook. Look, please take a moment, whip out your cell phone, and text the word energy with your name and email to 704-906-2094. I'll send you the masterclass workbook, which is going to tell you how to fix your energy. And then I'd like you to join us on December 9th. It's a Saturday. It's at 10 a.m. in the morning. And again, I'll show you how to solve your energy crisis by looking at your nervous system. What is it doing? Looking at your chronic infections and finding out if your diet is imbalanced. Okay, I know you guys are going to ask, so here we go. Ready? What are the top supplements? What can I use to get my energy back? It's not Monster and Red Bull and energy drinks and rock stars. Okay, those things are sugar bombs and they're highly ineffective at fixing your dietary imbalances. If anything, they create and make it worse. And watch out for the energy bars and watch out for these over-the-counter supplemental energy supplements. Okay, you need to do this strategically. So think of it like this. If I want to give my car the best fuel possible to make it go, I can pick the lower grade octane or the higher grade. Now, some of you go, yeah, but the 93 is expensive and the 89 still gets me to where I'm going. But be careful. There's a lot of waste and residue. It can actually cause damage, especially these days with how efficient cars are. You take a rather new, good car and you put a cheap fuel in it, you can actually cause damage to the car. Same thing with your body, guys. So be careful with over-the-counter energy supplements and energy drinks and energy bars. Those are the equivalent of the 89 octane. Will they get you to the end of the day? Yes. But we want to talk about the 93 and 95 and the super octane foods and fuels. Okay, ready? You can't produce energy without copper, magnesium, vitamin D, selenium, vitamin E, vitamin A, CoQ10, and properly methylated B vitamins. Can you get these from your diet? Absolutely. Could you go out and get really good high quality nutrients and take these separately and make your own energy regimen? You bet. Selenium, vitamin E, vitamin A, CoQ10, they're all listed for you in the Energy Heal Thyself ebook. Why did I pick these? because by definition, in science, it is your energy engine. Your mitochondria make energy. They have something called the electron transport chain. It's basically a fancy phrase to say how they take energy from your cells and nutrition and your nutrients and make more energy out of it. And you have to have these guys in proper amounts for it to work. So if you're deficient in copper, magnesium, D3, which almost everyone is, B vitamins, selenium, vitamin E, vitamin A, and CoQ10, you can't make energy. So your engine is inefficient. You're running at an MPG of like, say, 12 when you should have a ton. All right. So look, if you're looking for what are the nutrients, what is the diet, what is the way out, text the word energy with your name and email right now to 704-906-2094. I'll send everything over to you for free. And we're going to go deep as we come back from this commercial again on the causes and the solutions for energy. Hey, it's the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
What if we told you coffee was good for you?
Coffee is the single highest source of antioxidants in the Western diet. More antioxidants than kale, more antioxidants than 70% dark chocolate, and more antioxidants than blueberries.
In fact, what if we told you that coffee is really good for you?
Research shows that 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day dramatically enhances performance in high-intensity exercise, improves memory, reaction times, and overall cognitive function, decreases risk of depression, promotes weight loss by boosting metabolic rates, reduces risk of type 2 diabetes up to 40%, decreases risk of liver cancer up to 71%, reduces risk of Parkinson's up to 30%, and decreases risk of Alzheimer's up to 65%. Overall, coffee drinkers live longer. People who drink 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day have about a 15% lower risk of premature mortality compared to people who don't drink coffee.
And what if we told you that the health benefits of coffee could actually be increased through conscious roasting, sourcing, and processing? Introducing Purity, a health-conscious coffee company. At Purity, we've brought together a world-class team to analyze every step in the production chain from cherry to cup. We make decisions with only one thing in mind: how can we make the healthiest coffee in the world? Here's our 3-step process. Step 1, we search the world for the highest quality organic green beans that meet our exacting standards. Way less than 1% of coffee worldwide fit our sourcing criteria. Step 2, we test, and test again to create a specific roasting protocol for each harvest that maximizes healthy compounds and minimizes toxins. Step 3, we nitrogen pack our coffee within 48 hours of roasting and deliver to your door every 2 weeks to ensure maximum freshness. The result is the ultimate coffee drinking experience. You'll not only taste the difference in our clean, healthy coffee, with Purity, you'll feel the difference.
Our coffee club members report a bright, alert lift with less jitters than regular coffee and much more gentle on the stomach.
Sign up for Purity today, and you'll never have to worry about your source for healthy coffee again.
Hi, my name is Gary Greenfield with Greenfield Water Solutions, and I want to introduce you to our newest product, the MR500. It's a whole house structured water filter system. It's set up in an all stainless steel multi-round filter housing. It features inlet and outlet for the water, a bleeder valve for when you're changing out the filters to reduce pressure, and to remove the top for access to the filters. We simply open up the clamp, remove the top, and this plate here holds all the filters in place. Simple to remove. It comes out, and you can see what we have on the inside here. It's 5 Aquamedics filters and a vortexing tube and a harmonizer. That's the whole system. This is designed to filter 5 gallons per minute, and all of the contaminants that it does remove are listed on the website, which is a very broad array of contaminants. These are the highest rated filters that I know of on the market that are filter cartridges. They can be changed out yearly. And of course, the process is very simple. You won't have to hire a plumber to do a change out. and the filters are available from Greenfield Water Solutions. And if you want to know more about this, you can read about it on the product page or give us a call. Thanks for watching. That's it for now from Greenfield Water Solutions.
To bring you the best natural wine the world has to offer, we've designed a fully curated membership program. Every selection you receive is different and unique. Every wine is picked by our wine team, lab tested for purity, and curated into a special box for your enjoyment. So how does the membership work? We offer two main options: a half case of 6 bottles or a full case of 12. You can request all reds, all whites, or a perfect split of both. Then you can set the frequency, monthly or every other month. We offer a similar simple membership for rosé and sparkling wines. After you choose these basic options, we'll do the rest. With every box we send you, we aim to present the greatest diversity of flavors, textures, and profiles. There's a healthy mix of the classics, but also rare varietals. We do this because natural wines taste different from their commercial counterparts. We want to share the best possible experience with you, so you can discover new wines you love. And you can always reorder a wine that took your heart, or ask us to avoid certain profiles. The best part is, you don't need any wine knowledge to fully enjoy these boxes. We curate our selections to be enjoyed without worry. Ultimately, this is Dry Farm Wines. We are so grateful to be able to share the power of natural wines with you.
Well, happy Saturday. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. My name is Dr. Aaron Ernst, and hey, it's a show where pounds are shed, disease is dead, where you can be set free. And today, it's the show where you get your energy back. Our topic of the hour is, why am I tired all the time? Why is it that roughly 40% of Americans say, I'm so fatigued, I can't even do my standard day-to-day activities? You know how many people I work with that say stuff like, Dr. Ernst, I get home and I've got the kids and I'm just so beat. I just want to crash on the sofa and I feel so guilty because I know I should spend time with them. I know I should be with my spouse, but I am beat. Not just because I had a hard day of work, but just I am tired. And yet when I sleep, it doesn't recover. When I change my diet, it doesn't recover. When I do everything that's supposed to work, the energy drinks, the energy bars, the energy supplements, I'm so fatigued. And I've talked with my doctor and they've run their tests and they can't find it. We discussed that a classic medical test, if your main complaint is fatigue, is what they call a fatigue panel, a standard CBC where they just look at counts of your red blood cells and white blood cells, the amount of iron, and sometimes your binding capacities. They're looking to see, do you have anemia, which rarely do we ever have an anemia issue. Sometimes they look at your thyroid. Most often they just do a urinalysis to see if you have an infection. And a lot of times, because of the superficial scrape, these tests come back within normal limits. but they don't know truly how to read them to find the underlying root cause. We discussed that the number one robber of your energy is an imbalance in your nervous system, where you have a stressful response. Your brain is not sending the correct signal to your organs and your cells and your tissues. It's called a subluxation. It's a misalignment of your spine that produces no pain, that makes the nerve lose function 20, 30, 40, 50%. And if the nerve goes to a tissue or an organ, that area doesn't work to its fullest capacity. And because your brain is the source of energy and life and health, it is what's keeping you alive. It's why you can hear me. For those on our live stream, it's why you can see me. It's even why you can understand us. So if your nervous system is interfered with, the number one sign and symptom is fatigue because of lack of normal body function. Chiropractically, they call this dis-ease. It's the lack of ease, health and vitality and essence. And so many of you are looking for that, but you're looking in the wrong places, right? Your energy drinks, your energy bars, even your energy supplements, these blended over-the-counter energy boosters, are chasing after symptoms instead of looking at root causes. If you have a subluxation, you're going to struggle with fatigue. Trust me, because I've seen people get correct adjustments of their spine, remove this thing called subluxation, and the first symptom is my energy's coming back. I just feel so good. I'm getting my life back, and you can have that. We spent some time discussing chronic infections, cytomegalovirus, Epstein-Barr virus. These things that go undetected often by medical tests can suck the life out of your batteries. According to the Red Cross, 85% of blood that's been donated in the United States has CMV in it, which means you probably do too. According to the National Institutes of Health, 66.5% of Americans test positive for Epstein-Barr virus, which creates a version of chronic mononucleosis. These subclinical infections can be dealt with, but you're going to need to find some sort of holistic physician or natural doctor, because a traditional conventional physician isn't going to treat these unless you have major outward symptoms. We discussed, of course, that we are overfed and undernourished, and if you're missing the fuel for your engine, which is your mitochondria, the cells inside your cells that make your energy, if they are inefficient, you physically are like an old school gas-burning truck that's only getting 9 miles per the gallon. Constantly, you're going to have to be adding fuel to your body, and you're getting such low energy productivity. Whereas today, using the car analogy, if you bought a 2023 or 2024, you're going to find that they are very highly energy efficient and they have much greater miles per gallon than before, but it's also based on the food you put in it. If you add the wrong types of gas, an 89 to a car that requires 93, you're going to pay the price of lack of efficiency and breakdown and wear and tear. So what are the nutrients that our mitochondrial engines need? According to basic biochemistry, you can't produce energy without selenium, vitamin E, vitamin A, CoQ10, methylated B vitamins, that's really important, copper, magnesium, and vitamin D. I've got the entire list for you in the Energy Heal Thyself ebook. I even have the food list that shows you where you can get these things naturally. You should download this. Everything you need to fix your energy is inside of here. Take a moment, text the word energy plus your name and your email to 704-906-2094. I'll pop the ebook over to you, and I'll invite you to a masterclass that we're hosting Saturday, December 9th. It's about 4 weeks away from today, but it's going to be the key to solving your energy crisis. So we can find out which of these do you have. Is it a subluxation? Is it a chronic infection? Is it a nutrient imbalance? You know, the number one thing that frustrates me is most people that I work with will say, God, you know, my doctor has never tested my vitamins and my minerals and my nutrients. Like it's so obvious to us. If you come back deficient in copper, magnesium, D3, selenium, CoQ10, no wonder you're so tired. No wonder your body is not working to its fullest capacity. We just need to give you what you need. And this is why so many people get frustrated. Well, I bought this supplement. It was supposed to work and it didn't. Usually it's because that's not your deficiency. So we need to become so much more custom specific to yourself. This is why the master classes are so important. Okay, number 4. If you're not methylating properly, if you don't even know what the word methylation is, if you've never even heard of methylation, this is why you're so tired. Methylation is responsible for more than 200 enzymatic reactions in your body. It is responsible for energy production. So if you're a very poor methylator, maybe you have a mutation in the genes that help you to methylate. Methylation is simply an enzymatic process of attaching specific carbons to other enzymes and items in your body to activate them and make them turn on. So let me give you an example. B12, right? It's supposed to be the energy supplement, and it's part of this multi-million-dollar energy supplement scheme. Okay, well, if you're taking B12, your body has to methylate the B12 in order for it to become activated. So if you can't methylate, then you can't activate and you don't get your energy. Methylation is so important that now companies are realizing, well, most Americans can't methylate, so we're going to go ahead and methylate the vitamins for you, charge you more by calling them methylated B vitamins, and you start taking them and you're like, well, for a period of time, I can see a subtle improvement. But because your body itself can't do the methylation for all the other 200 enzyme reactions, fatigue starts to kick in. Methylation is what keeps your DNA from breaking down. Methylation is what gives you glutathione, which is your master antioxidant, your cleanser. It's like the soap that goes around and cleans your cell tissues out. It gets rid of inflammation. So if you can't methylate, then we got a big problem. And taking B vitamins that are methylated doesn't solve this issue. We have to go in and actually give you enzymatic supports to do what the methylation should be doing in the first place. In my opinion, every person should be taking a methyl supporter enzyme on a daily basis. It is equally, if not more important than your daily multivitamin. Why? DNA repair, energy productivity, regulates inflammation, makes your glutathione, which helps you to detox. So can you see if you are not methylating properly, that's a big problem, and it's why you're so tired. And again, you might be thinking, Dr. Ernst, I've never even heard of methylation. Well, now an even more important reason for you to download the ebook and join us for the masterclass. Look, we live in a world today where you have to learn how to take care of yourself. Your doctors aren't going to do it for you. Your insurance company sure isn't going to do it for you. Your family isn't going to teach it to you because they don't already know it in the first place. So why don't you join a group of like-minded individuals who have been taking responsibility for their health, solving their own health issues, joining the Ask Dr. Ernst movement, and getting their life back? You can grab, I'm holding it upside down. Thank you, Facebookers, for saying that. You can grab this ebook right now. 704-906-2094. Text your name, the word energy, and your email, and we'll send it right over to you. It talks about methylation. We have the nutrients that helps to support it, and it shows you the testing you can get. Okay, number 5, major cause behind fatigue. I can't go a show without talking about leaky gut. There are numerous pathological relationships between a gut that's leaking and a decrease in your energy. And here's probably just the 4 most common. Ready? If your gut's leaking, I hope it makes sense to you, you can't absorb your nutrients. Look, I get asked all the time, Dr. Ernst, you ran the tests on my vitamins and minerals, and I don't understand the results. What do you mean? You're low in copper and magnesium and selenium, and these are all your energy producers. This is why you're tired and fatigued. Yeah, but I take those daily. How can I be deficient if I take them daily? Hey, what a great question. Welcome to the Ask Dr. Ernst show. If you have a leaky gut, you're going to lose the ability to absorb your nutrients, which are then required for you to produce energy and everything else. So again, if your gut's leaking by 50%, and we have ways of testing this, I'm not just making numbers up. We actually physically score our patients. Like if you're looking for an answer for your health, you all should connect with us because we can test your vitamins, your minerals, your nutrients, your gut leak, your nervous system. We can find out if you have subluxations that are interfering with your energy, preventing your organs from working properly, and solve your underlying health issues by coming up with a treatment program that is custom to you. Think about how powerful this is. So if your gut's leaking, we don't absorb our nutrients that are required for energy productivity. We tend to get an abnormal immune response because you leak undigested proteins. And if you have Epstein-Barr and cytomegalovirus in your body, you can leak these toxins into your blood, and it causes an abnormal immune response. It is the leading researched reason behind autoimmune diseases and overactive immune responses. Leaky gut leads towards chronic inflammation and oxidative stress. Okay, I want you to think of oxidative stress as like rust or as the exhaust from your engine not getting out of your cells. So let me use an analogy. If you go into your garage and you keep your garage door closed and you get into your car and you turn your engine on and you just sit there, you know what's going to happen really soon, right? The carbon monoxide and all the nauseous gases and chemicals that come out of a car's exhaust are going to start filling up in the garage. Well, at some point, the engine of you, your body, is going to pay the price of this. And at some point, the productivity, the ability for your car to even pull oxygen from the air in to make the engine work is going to be disruptive. And what's the reason for this? Well, you didn't open the garage and allow for all of that stuff to go outside and be eliminated from the environment. So your mitochondria are your engines. And as they're making energy for you, there is, of course, waste. And we have to get rid of the oxidative stresses. And there's a natural detox process that every human being has that does this, but many of you can't because you're not methylating properly. You have a leaky gut, you're nutrient deficient, you have interference in your nervous system's ability to open the garage door and keep your detox pathways open. And what is the effect of this? Well, it leads to fatigue, and it leads to disease, and it leads to dysfunction, it leads to diagnosis, and then you get stuck in the trap of the doctor going, well, we have a medication for that. And here's the problem with that. Cause number 6 of chronic fatigue: the medications that we take to solve our own health issues. Many commonly prescribed medications have a number 1 side effect of fatigue and tiredness and sleeplessness. Okay, the most common culprits for medicationally induced fatigue: antihistamines. If you're taking like an allergy blocker, right, you know, those sprays up your nose and the pills that prevent you from having seasonal allergies, ooh, man, do they suck the life out of your energy. Muscle relaxers and pain pills. Antidepressants. Why? Well, you play around with hormones in your brain, and your brain is now responsible for producing energy. And if your serotonin and norepinephrine and dopamine are all off balance, and I know what you're thinking, right? But isn't the medication supposed to be balancing them? Well, it doesn't actually do that. Antibiotics, beta blockers, acid reflux medications, all of these can disrupt your energy productivity. And now the challenge becomes we're medicating our health thinking that we're getting ourselves better, but we're actually shutting the engines themselves down. It has been shown that prescriptive medications and even over-the-counters, if it's a chemically induced product, something that you're taking to make your body do something it isn't normally doing by itself, prescriptive or over-the-counter, it leads to further issues because it creates a leaky gut. They shut down your mitochondrial function. They cause nutrient deficiencies. They create imbalances within your hormones. They disrupt your nervous system. And so if you can see where I'm going with this, is I've been trying to paint this picture for you. They cause you to be tired and fatigued in the first place by disrupting the root causes. So if we are approaching our health from this way, we're never going to be able to solve it. So very briefly, right? What do we do then? Okay, Dr. Ernst, you've painted this picture of the root causes, and I think I might have all of them. Well, download the ebook. I've got solutions inside of here that you can implement right now today to start solving your energy. And you can see it start to come back. Text the word energy with your name and your email to 704-906-2094. It's the call line for our show. Can you call it? Yes, if you want, but it's not going to work because we got to get your voicemail and then call you back. It takes forever. So much easier method, right? Text in now. All we need is your name, your email address, the word energy, hit send, and boom, my team's going to send you the ebook. You have everything you need in here. The test that I just mentioned to you. How do you find out if you have a subluxation? How do we look for your nutrients and your vitamins and your minerals? How do we find out if you have toxins? Right? That's a big one that can suck the life out of your mitochondria. What are the nutrients we recommend? What are the foods? Top 20 fatigue-fighting foods. I just looked at that page. How about this one? Nutrients that help to support your adrenal glands. The primary vitamins and minerals needed for fatigue. It's inside of here, and we have everything you need right there. Text the word energy with your name and email to 704-906-2094. Hopefully, I think you can understand. If we're going to now solve these things, we have to talk about the approach to fixing it, okay? How do we clear subluxations from your spine? Well, number one, you have to see a subluxation-based either chiropractor or spinal physician, something to this effect. Usually it's chiropractors, okay? I'm a chiropractor myself and a doctor of natural medicine. If you want to get a subluxation corrected, you need to identify where are they in your spine and have a chiropractor who's trained in the reduction of subluxations work on your spine to reduce them. Is it a physical therapy technique? You physically have to go in. I'm not talking like PT, like physical therapy. I'm saying you physically, you yourself have to go to these people and have them test you and have them work on you to clear it out. It's the greatest thing you can ever do in regards to getting your energy back. All right? Then we have to address the fact that, look, you might need to get some testing run. Rather than just looking at basic medical tests, hey, maybe we should do that assessment we talked about of your lymphocytes and neutrophils. Look at this stuff functionally. This is where you need to find a functional physician, someone who works in the doctors of natural medicine like myself. If you're in the greater Carolina area, connect with us. Text your name and information over. Let us send you the ebook. Join us for the masterclass. I mean, if you're at a stage of like, I need help now, go to AskDrErnst.com. Click on the request a consultation. We have free consultation options to discuss, hey, could we help you? If you test positive for cytomegalovirus or Epstein-Barr virus by seeing neutrophil and lymphocyte shifts, time to start boosting your immune response and going after natural antivirals. If you have a dietary imbalance, we have to test for this. Vitamins, minerals, essential amino acids, nutrients. We need to see how much minerals do you have inside of you. And a word of caution, testing your blood is not the best way to do that, because if nutrients are in your blood, they're usually not in the cells of your body. I know that might seem strange to you because you go, well, if it's in my blood, shouldn't it be in my cells? Remember, you have to get it inside the membrane of the cell. Often what we find is people will have very high levels of nutrients in their blood and think they're okay, but still be fatigued because it's not getting in their cells. One of the greatest ways you can test your cells is to look at your hair or even things like your urine to find out, are you excreting things, meaning you have enough excess to actually eliminate them? Or are they in the proteins of your hair, meaning you have enough inside your body? Methylation is a big one, guys. We have to test to see if you have a deficiency in that. And if you do, it means you need to be using methyl enzyme supports. It's a certain set nutrient enzyme that can be given based upon where you're at. And again, if you have a leaky gut, we need to test for it, find the deficiency, see if it's there. But then the great thing is there's techniques that can repair an intestine, seal it, rebuild it, and allow you to start absorbing your nutrients. And again, if you're taking a medication, am I here to say on this radio show, stop taking them? No. But listen, if you're taking them, what you should be doing is figuring out, how can I solve the reason I'm taking them? If it's a thyroid, maybe we got to figure out what's going on with your thyroid. If it's blood pressure or cholesterol, we need to look at your liver and your heart. If it's a muscle relaxer or a pain pill, hey, maybe you have an undiagnosed subluxation that's now causing joint pains and muscle issues. There are so many alternative options available for you when you become your own doctor and you investigate. What a show today. Man, I'm getting jazzed up. Okay? Top causes functionally of why you're so tired. And I just gave you all the things you can do to solve them. Everything is summarized for you in the Energy Heal Thyself ebook. And over the next couple of weeks, we're going to go deeper and deeper into what are the diagnostic conditions that cause fatigue and how do you get out of those. This whole concept of an adrenal fatigue disorder, chronic fatigue syndromes. What are these things and how do we solve them? All that during the next couple of weeks with the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. Hey, take a moment right now. Text the word energy with your name and email to 704-906-2094. The ebook is yours free. The masterclass, Energy Heal Thyself, Saturday, December 9th, 10 a.m. in the morning, yours free. And don't forget to join us every Saturday at 3 p.m. here on News Talk 1110 WBT. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week.